Hello lovelies, welcome back. My name is Tehja and today we have another exciting video. We are going to be doing a collaboration with Kylie Jenner. That's coming up. We are going to be doing a celebrity transformation of Kylie Jenner for her birthday promo shots for her birthday collection. It was just appropriate for me to do a transformation of her birthday collection this year because for my birthday photo shoot last year I actually was in a tub of money and the collection is about money, so like I had to do it. In this video, this is part one, we are going to be DIYing the sunglasses, the choker, and the bra. This is the bra. And then for the second part two, we will be doing the wig and the makeup. If you would like to see how we DIY the sunglasses, the choker, and the bra, please keep on watching. So these are the materials that you'll need. You will need these $ necklaces. It's a pack of 10, and we're just going to be using the pendants from the necklaces. You'll also need jewelry findings, but specifically jewelry loops or jump rings and lobster clasps. You'll also need mixed size clear rhinestones. You'll also need like a pretty thick silver chain. But anyway, to get started, I have a pink plate and we're going to grab our rhinestones and actually dump the sizes that we think we need to cover the $ pendants into the plate. So now we're going to just take out 5 $ pendants since there's 5 on Kylie's necklace. I'm going to put my glue in the cup. I'm using the Aleene's Jeweled It glue. I'm just going to take the $ pendant and a paintbrush, and we're going to dip the paintbrush into the glue and paint it onto the pendant. So we're just going to take the rhinestones. I'm using tweezers, but we're just going to plop it right onto the glue and pretty much try to fit rhinestones onto the pendant, kind of like a puzzle piece. Just pick one up with a tweezer and then just drop it right on down and place it right on top of the glue. And then we're just going to put some more glue down and put some more rhinestones down and pretty much repeat that process over and over until the whole pendant is covered. It's really easy, really simple. I also have a video of me rhinestoning something else that I'll also link up above and down below. So I'm just going to keep rhinestoning until all the pendants are covered. So this is what a finished $ pendant looks like, rhinestoned, and you let the pendants dry for about maybe 3 hours if you want to be quick, but I recommend to let them dry overnight. Now moving on to actually making the choker, we're going to grab our chain and some like jewelry tweezers or jewelry tools. We are going to quickly measure the chain to make for our choker. Is I just unraveled the chain and just wrapped it around my neck, like literally to the T. So it pretty much kisses back here, and then I just held the point, and then that's your measurement. And then the next clip that you'll see is me trying to cut the chain. And at first I tried to like cut the chain to size, and that wasn't working like at all. It wasn't budging whatsoever. But what I ended up doing was kind of pull the jewelry link apart since it had like a little open space in the link of the chain. So I just pulled that apart to make my quote-unquote cut. So now that we have our chain, we are going to take some jewelry findings, particularly a lobster clasp and a jewelry ring or a jump ring, and we are going to open up the jump ring and hook it to the end of the chain and also to or through the lobster clasp, and then close it, pretty much linking all 3 of them together. Then we're going to take our chain and a measuring tape just to measure how long the chain is and to find the center of it. So my chain is about 12 inches, so the middle of my chain will be 6 inches. So I will be placing one $ chain right there, and I will actually hook it to that point on the chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pendant and I'm going to open up that little, like pretty much a jewelry loop or a jump ring, but whatever the thing is to connect it to the necklace, I'm going to open that up and hook it to that 6-inch mark. And we're hooking it to the necklace, and then we're just going to close it back up. So this is what the necklace should look like once the pendant is attached. So what we're going to do now is take our measuring tape and measure about 1.5 inches to 2 inches out, and that will be the next place that we'll put the next pendant. And so I'm opening up the jump ring on the pendant to hook it onto the necklace the same way we did last time. So now we're going to take the next pendant and we're going to, of course, like we did on one side, we'll do to the other side. We're going to measure out 1.5 to 2 inches and hook the pendant at that point and then close it. And we're just going to do the same thing for the next two pendants. We're going to measure out 2 inches from both sides, from the left and the right, and hook those pendants up from that point, or to that point. So this is what the choker should look like. So now I am making the jewelry extender. So I'm just taking a 3-inch long, or measuring out a 3-inch long chain and separating the chain link in order to, pretty much cut. Now we are taking a jump ring and, opening it up and then hooking it to the other end of our choker to the jewelry extender. And then we're just going to close it. So it should look seamless just like that. And pretty much our choker is finished. So now we're moving on to the sunglasses, and you will need the rhinestones that we used and the sunglasses. And these are what the sunglasses look like. They're super duper cute, and I'm just acting a mess. You will need glue. I have the Aleene's Jeweled It glue, and I have some tweezers and anything to apply the rhinestones with. So we're placing our sunglasses on our workspace that's covered with some paper just to protect it, and we're going to pretty much rhinestone the sunglasses the same method that we rhinestone the pendants. We are going to take our paintbrush and glue and paint a little bit of glue onto the rim of the sunglasses, and then place the rhinestones right on top of the glue and fit them like puzzle pieces. Just make sure that there's not a lot of gaps in between the rhinestones. And we're just going to continue the process. So I'm just going to pretty much speed through the sunglass bedazzling process because it's just literally the same as the pendant bedazzling process. So, I don't want to bore you with the details. So we are now finished with the sunglasses, and this is what the sunglasses look like. They look so freaking good. Like, I would totally wear these on a daily basis. So anyway, last but not least, we are moving on to sewing the actual bra. These are the materials that you'll need to make the triangle bra. You will need some type of fuchsia fabric, some stretchy fabric. You will also need straight pins. You will also need some type of fuchsia thread or any matching thread to the fabric that you are using. You will need scissors. You will also need a ruler. And you need paper and pencils, but I have like this huge roll of craft paper. But you can use regular paper as well. I just have this huge roll, but just any paper is fine. So we are going to first make the pattern piece for our bralette. So you just take your favorite bra that fits you pretty well, but we're just going to use that to make our pattern piece. So what we're first going to do is actually draw a straight line using our ruler, pretty much as our like reference line for our pattern. And I'm using markers just so you can see what I'm doing, but you should probably use a pencil. So now we are going to take one bra cup and pretty much align the bottom of the bra cup to that line that we just drew. And then we are going to outline the bra cup as best as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to be as close to outlining as possible to the bralette. And then with this line I'm drawing right now, I'm going to continue to connect it to the bottom to that reference line that we made, because with this bralette that I have, it kind of like curves to the back of the bra, so I just am more so straightening out that line to make it into a triangle bra. Oh, and then now we're going to take our bra that we're using as a reference and a measuring tape, and we're going to measure from the top of the bra to the bottom of the bra, and just making sure you include like all the cup space and all that stuff. And so for me, I believe it was either 7 inches or 8 inches, and we are going to draw that measurement in the middle of that bra cup. This is going to make sure that we have enough space for our bra to actually fit, or our boob to actually fit in the cup. So once you draw that straight line, we're going to redraw and reconnect the lines to fit that new measurement. So we're going to make a straight line from the top of that 8-inch line to the bottom of the reference line, and then we're going to make a curved line that kind of lines up with that measurement from the top of that measurement to the reference line, pretty much redrawing the outsides of the bra cup. So now I'm adding a 1/2 inch kind of like ease, because when I first made this bra pattern, like I noticed that I need a 1/2 inch more in order to fully cover the way that I needed to, so I'm just adding an extra 1/2 inch. And I would recommend this for people who have bigger boobies because I'm a triple D, so I need like extra space and extra coverage. So I would recommend this step for people who have bigger boobies. But if you're like a little bit on the smaller side, then I think you'll be okay and that you can skip this step. And we're adding it all around the bra cup, so both sides and the bottom. And then now finally we're adding the seam allowance. So I'm adding a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I believe, to the sides, the top, and the bottom. I think it's all around. And make sure when you add the extra seam allowances and stuff like that, make sure for the curved side you actually curve the line as best as possible. Okay, and now we're finished with our bra pattern. But after you draw everything, you cut it out, and then we are going to cut out some pattern pieces. So now we have our fabric, and I folded it over a little bit, just so that when you need to cut 2 bra pattern pieces, so it's just easier, so you can just cut 1 and call it a day, just so you don't have to like recut 4 different pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our bra pattern. I'm placing my bra pattern on to the fabric, and I'm just cutting. I'm using a rotary cutter because it's really easy, and I'm not pinning it to the fabric because I'm just really lazy, but you probably should, or use pattern weights. And I'm just, cutting away. And I'm going to do this twice because you need 4 pieces in total, because this fabric is a little thin and see-through, and we don't want none of that. So I cut out 1 bra cup piece, 2 pieces, but 1 bra cup piece. And so now I'm going to cut out the second one. So after we cut the bra pattern pieces, which you should have 4 in total, 2 for each side. I also flipped the bra pattern over to the other side to make sure that it has a mirrored side, because you have a left and a right boob, so you need a left and a right pattern. So now I'm just taking my ruler and placing it on the fabric, and that's going to be used to make the straps. It just happens to be like the perfect size to cut the straps out of. So I'm just going to literally just cut around it. And so I got 2 straps, and then I didn't show this part because I don't know where the clip went, but I also cut just an extra long version of the straps to be my kind of like bust string that you tie like a bikini with. These are all of the pieces that you should have in order to make the bralette. So let's move on to pinning and sewing. So I pretty much pinned all my pieces together. I pinned the bra pieces pretty much together on each side, not on the top or bottom. And then I folded my straps and my band in half, and then pinned those, like pinned it shut, like hot dog style. We are going to go on to sewing. So we are first sewing the straps, and we are going to sew a 1/4 inch line just straight down the top of the strap, pretty much a 1/4 inch from the top. And I'm using a straight stitch for those that don't know, because my zigzag stitch just wasn't working. But if you can use the zigzag stitch, it would be great, because it's perfect for stretch fabrics. But I'm just taking out my pins and sewing, you know, along the 1/4 inch line to make my strap. And I'm going to do it for both of the straps. So that's what it should look like. So now we have our strap, and what we're first going to do is cut off the excess fabric from the seam allowance. Try to be as close to the stitch as possible without cutting it. Okay, and now that we've done that, we are going to take a special tool called a loop turner, which is made to specifically make straps and stuff like that. So we're just going to stuff the loop turner like in that tunnel, and we're going to use that hook on the end to hook onto the end of that fabric, and then pull the fabric through. You can also do this with a safety pin, but just a loop turner is just way easier. Ta-da! It's magic! And we're gonna do that, of course, for both of the straps. You should iron it like flat, but like I said, I'm like the laziest sewer ever, so I didn't do it. So now we're moving on to the actual elastic band. I mean, not elastic band, but the band for the bust, and we're literally going to repeat the same steps. So we're sewing at a 1/4 inch, making sure we take the pins out as we sew. Now we're going to cut off the excess fabric from the seam allowance, and then we're going to take our loop turner and turn the band inside out, or right side in. You know, just turn it out. You should also press the bust band, I'll call it, but I'm too lazy. Anyway, now we're going to sew the 2 sides of both bra cups, or triangles, bra triangles, at also a 1/4 inch. Okay, so once you do that to both of the cups, we are also going to cut off the excess fabric from the seam allowances, just to make sure that everything's just super flat when we turn it inside out later. So also please be very careful, because you just don't want to sew twice. So now that we have cut the excess fabric off, we are now going to take our strap, one of the straps, and we're going to tunnel it through the bra triangle bra cup to the top of the bra cup, and we're going to pretty much pin it there and sew it. We are now going to the machine and sewing at a 1/4 inch. Just really easy, just one simple straight stitch. You should also back tack just to make sure that the straps are reinforced, but like I said, laziest sewer ever. So we're also going to cut off the excess fabric from the seam allowance. I'm also going to cut off the 2 like ends or points, just to make sure that the triangle is really pointy when we turn it inside out, like we're going to do right now. It actually is starting to look like a bra cup. Look at it, it's so pretty. And so now what we're going to do is that we're going to sew a 1/4 inch, I believe 1/4 inch line on the bottom of the triangle, and then we're going to fold a 1/2 inch and pin at the bottom of the bra cup. So that's the tunnel for the band to go through. I'm going to sew at the top of that fold, and then we're just going to cut. I'm also cutting off the little excess fabric as well, so triangle can be sharp and precise. So now we're going to take the 2 bra cups that we have, and we're going to flip those over to the other side, to the back. And then we're going to take our loop turner and stuff the loop turner between or into both of the tunnels that we made. And then we're going to take our band and tunnel that through both of the bra cups to make our triangle bra. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the triangle bra. We made everything for this DIY, and now it is finished. So we are going to move on to part 2, which is the hair and the makeup, and just finish up this transformation. So I'll see you there. Alright, so that is it for this video. Please watch part 2 to see how you do the wig and the makeup. I hope you really enjoyed this video and just DIYing all of these beautiful things. I just freaking love this collection, and you know, I had to do it. I had to do it. I will be doing another Kylie Jenner transformation very soon from the same birthday collection promo shots, and more celebrity transformations to come. So please subscribe to my channel to see all of the goodies that I'm about to release onto this YouTube channel. And yeah, please love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!